belief in some Jewish circles that in order to rebuild the temple, the third temple, because there was a first and a second temple, they believe, the second destroyed by the Romans in 70 AD. In order to do that, now, before the Messiah gets here, part of the build-up to that is finding a red heifer, a female cow that's never been milked, never been pregnant, never worked, never been yoked to a cart. And that cow has to be completely red. Not even 2 hairs can be non-red, otherwise it doesn't count. Very hard to find. And that cow has to be found, brought to Jerusalem, burned, overlooking the site of the Temple Mount. The Mount of Olives is one such site. And when they burn that cow, they look at the book of Numbers in the Old Testament, which talks about this prophecy. Well, it talks about the use of a cow to purify the priests. This is what Moses and his brother Aaron are told by the Lord in the book of Numbers. They believe that in order to burn this cow, they're then purifying the ground, purifying the holy space, purifying the priests who will come and build the third temple. That's the role that the red heifer plays. And they now say they've got 5 of them. They claim they were going to burn it on Passover. Didn't happen. Passover came and went. They said they're going to do it on Pentecost, according to some of the evangelicals. That's come and gone in May. Didn't happen. Now they're saying maybe June in Shavuot. Like with a lot of religious cults, the date keeps moving. But I find it fascinating that these people are using this idea of sacrificing a cow to rebuild the temple to bring about basically their version of the end times. But forget end times. We all know what would happen geopolitically in the world we live in today if there was, God forbid, an attack on Al-Aqsa Mosque by crazy messianic settlers.
Also, I'm plant-based, so I don't know. I don't subscribe.
Okay, so Bassem Yusuf, obviously, he made fun of it. Now, obviously, some of the Christians, they will deny that there is anything such as the red heifer coming to Israel and burning it and all those things. Take a listen at this video, for example.
2.5 months ago, a Christian website began to run a whole thing of Hamas attacked Israel because Israel is about to build the third temple because we already have a red heifer, we will burn it and use its ashes, blah, blah, blah. All of that was fake. Israel tomorrow, not tomorrow, today.
Now, none of these are fake. I will show you another video in a second. But this guy, he is a priest, I believe, or he's a preacher for the Christians. I don't believe he's Christian evangelic priest, but definitely he has a very different opinion about the burning of the red heifer.
The 22nd, today, Israel is not going, no one in Israel is going to sacrifice a red heifer or burn a red heifer. There were fake pictures of an altar that allegedly was built on Mount of Olives for this. Everything was fake there. Yet Christians made such a big deal out of it, listen to this, that because it became such a good item, the speaker of Hamas, the spokesman of Hamas, 100 days into the war, used it in his speech. When the war started on October 7th.
Tired of long videos?
Okay, so let's talk about Hamas. He mentioned about Abu Ubaida and what he said. Okay, let's talk about this particular article. Basically, it is talking about what really happened. I noticed in the mostly sanitized Western media coverage of the crisis in Gaza Strip was the alarm sounded by Hamas spokesperson Abu Ubaida on the 100th day of Israel's genocide, January 14, 2024. He sounded an alarm, alerting the Islamic world and anyone listening that Israel recently brought a certain breed of cows to a settlement in the West Bank. What appeared to some as an irrelevant or bizarre comment was a serious warning to Muslim leaders that a sinister plot was afoot regarding the Haram al-Sharif. This is coming from Abu Ubaida, that he did talk about the red heifers and he warned the Muslim leaders, even though I don't agree that his purpose was to ring the alarm to the Muslim, so-called Muslim leaders, because Muslim leaders will not go to fight Israel or the Zionist IDF because of red heifer. They should be going there for the sake of protecting, preserving humanity. But obviously that did not happen, unfortunately, with the Muslim leaders.
The Palestinian Hamas didn't mention one word about a red heifer. They did mention that Israel is violating the temple or desecrating the Temple Mount because we go in there to visit that place. They didn't like the fact that we're there. But they never mentioned any red heifer.
Okay,
But-
so basically this guy, he's talking about how this whole thing is fake, that the Israelis are bringing red heifers. Let's take a look at this video, because if he's saying that these are all fake, well, you need to pay attention to what this guy is talking about.
Hey, we're coming up on Passover, and here's a red heifer update. Israel now has 4 red heifers that are still remaining kosher. They're looking forward to sacrificing at least one of these red heifers at Passover this year. At this point, they already have the altar built, and they already have the land purchased where this sacrifice will take place. So, could we be seeing a temple built very soon? Well, at least the gold portion of this temple could be there already. A recent rabbi has traveled to Ethiopia where gold was given for the restoration of the third temple. So it looks like things are falling into place, and we could see that red heifer sacrifice on Passover of 2024. It's been over 2,000 years since there was a kosher red heifer that could be sacrificed and ashes be collected for the purification process of Israel. Could we be looking at that being fulfilled here very soon? Absolutely, we could. This is
Absolutely, we could. So again, this is coming from, I think he's a rabbi or some kind of like that. But when this other guy, he said, no, these are all propaganda. The Israelis, they're not going to sacrifice any red heifer. If you don't remember, I just played the video here. This guy is lying. He's lying, because then how come this other rabbi is saying, no, this is not the case. In fact, the Israelis are going to be burning or sacrificing the red heifer. So you can see how ridiculous it is getting. Even the Zionists, even the Christians and the the extremist Jews, they differ on this, saying that one thing, and then next moment, they're saying something completely different. So they have it looks like they have different spokesperson to talk about this red heifer from different perspectives. I don't know, but this obviously doesn't make any sense. Let's take a listen at this video.
We have an update on the red heifer. They have built the altar on the Mount of Olives, and hummus. One of the major reasons that they attacked Israel in October was because of the red heifers, because the Dome of the Rock sits on the Temple Mount right now, and by doing this sacrifice of the red heifers, it is an all-out threat of being like, we're going to get rid of the Dome of the Rock and rebuild the temple. The Muslims were just like, no way.
It's a whole different narrative.
What are the potential implications of this being enacted?
The Dome of the Rock is completely sacred to the Muslim faith.
Yep.
And if that's destroyed, you will not only have every Muslim nation, you'll have every Muslim in the world. Well, it'll be like the Battle of Armageddon, which talks about all the nations rising up against Israel.
So again, you can see the hype here with red heifer sacrifice and all that. Obviously, these YouTube channels, these speakers, I don't know if they have any knowledge of what they're talking about, but definitely they are also peddling the same thing that the Zionists, they are trying to peddle. And we have seen them storming Masjid al-Aqsa on several occasions only a few days ago. I think yesterday or 2 days ago, the minister of, I think he's a defense minister, or I don't know this what kind of minister is that, but he stormed the Masjid al-Aqsa. He's going there with his minions, and obviously with the protection of the Israeli Zionist police officers. But things like things are getting a little bit confusing, because again, some people are saying, oh, they want to bring back the Messiah by sacrificing the red heifer, while you have other groups within Christianity and Judaism saying, oh, these are all nonsense, these are not true. And you also have people like Mehdi Hasan and Bassem Yusuf making fun of this red cow, these red cows that they are going to be bringing to sacrifice for and to fulfill the ritual that is required before the coming of the Messiah. So yeah, this is absolutely becoming very, very, I would say, funny and sarcastic, that they think that they can bring in the end of time signs by bringing these red heifers from Texas, from states fulfilling all the requirements. It cannot even have 2 hair on it, not red. So unbelievable. I mean, this religion has become such a joke because of this extremist Zionist messianic settlers that Mehdi Hasan mentioned in the beginning. Thank you guys for watching. Not subscribe, consider subscribing. See you in the next video.